chiropractor and a Pilates instructor. I'm taking you through this 30 days of lower back pain, Pilates, stretches, rehab advice. If you have not been signed off by your healthcare professional to do this, please do not do it. But if you do it anyway, do it at your own risk. If anything feels painful, please do not push into it. You're going to back off. Today, we've done a lot of flexion extension over the last couple of days. So now we're going to move on to lateral flexion. That literally means going sideways. So we've done a lot of this. Now I'm going to be moving into the side and stretching out the lower back muscles that way. We will start standing today. Now I'm going to disappear off the screen temporarily, but you don't really need to see my head to see what's going on. You're going to bring yourself onto your feet. Have your feet about hip distance apart. Hands are going to go up towards the sky. Obviously my hands are going to now disappear off the screen because I live in a tiny flat, but take them up to the sky. On your next exhale, you're going to drop your arm down, and as that arm drops down, you're going to use the weight of that arm to sort of pull you down into a little side bend. This hand is still pointing up towards the sky, so it's like we're being stretched in two different directions. And on your next inhale, we'll take this arm back up. And on your exhale, taking this arm down again, just letting yourself sort of be pulled down by the weight of this arm. Just going to do that twice more, moving slowly. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Once more, breath in, breath out, breath in, and breathing out. Fantastic. And then let it go. We're going to roll ourselves down. So taking a breath in, breathing out, tucking your chin towards your chest, rolling yourself all the way down onto the floor. Cousin it, rolling all the way down. Okay, and then we're going to come straight into a seated position today. So by seated, you're going to have one leg out and one leg in. If this feels uncomfortable for you at all, you can maybe put something underneath the knee, like a pillow or two if you need a little bend in the knee. And also try bringing the leg in a little bit. Now we're going to just go through a few stretches to start off with. I want you to root both your butt cheeks down towards the floor. So just make sure that as we lean over to the side, this butt cheek doesn't sort of ping off the ground. You're going to reach across towards your shin, your foot, your ankle, whatever you can manage to get hold of. If you want to put something around your foot to give you a little gentle pull in, go ahead. But if not, we'll hold on to the leg itself. You're going to take your other arm, this free arm, up and over. Now as you do this, we want to try and avoid a rotation through the upper back. We want to try and stay very sideways today in order to stretch this muscle on the lower back here called your quadratus lumborum, your QL. So we're going to try, just for now, to stay here. We will add some rotation in a second. It does make it slightly more challenging. Just make sure you don't bring yourself into a position where you can no longer breathe. You've gone too far if that's happened. And now we're going to turn into the legs, and now we'll add a little rotation there. And you're going to hold, again, doesn't matter where you've got hold of, thigh, calf, ankle, foot, whatever you've got hold of, giving yourself a gentle pull in. So it's like we're trying to aim our stomach down towards our thigh. Don't know about you, but mine's not quite reaching today, but maybe yours does. Okay, and then we're going to switch over. So take your other leg out. This leg's coming in. Again, breathe both your butt cheeks down onto the floor, so make sure you've not sort of shifted off. We're going to reach across towards the shin, the thigh, the ankle, the foot, whatever you can manage to get hold of, the furthest point away from you. And then take this top arm up and over, big stretch up and over, avoiding any sort of collapsing or rotation for now. Everything is lifted. If you're sort of struggling with this, I would say to look underneath your armpit and you will open up a little bit more here. I don't know about you, I can't actually see my armpit very well, so it will sort of make you open up a little bit more. Now turn towards the leg, aiming for your belly button down towards your thigh here. And then you are going to pick a side and we're going to sit onto our hips, so now the butt cheeks can lift off the floor. From here, you're going to, so say for example you are sat on your left side, as I am, you're going to put your left elbow underneath your shoulder, thereabouts, making sure you've got lots of space between your ear and your shoulders. We don't want to sort of sit into the shoulder. Slight push of the floor away. From here, taking a big stretch up and over, and this is like we're trying to create a bit of a banana shape through the body, so you're sort of picking up your rib cage and creating a bit of an angle. And then on your next exhale, we're going to slowly, steady, push off that hand, hold on to your shin or your ankles, and we're going to stretch across in the opposite direction. I want you to try and make this as smooth as you possibly can. We're going to keep this one moving, so take a breath in, slowly, steady, coming back onto the elbow, big stretch up and over. And then breathing out, push off that hand, slowly, smoothly, coming across into this mermaid stretch. Let's go for one more of these. Take a breath in. And a breath out. We'll just hold it here for a moment this time. Enjoy the stretch. Fab. And then you can find your way onto the other side. So sitting onto the other hip, we're going to do exactly the same thing. So just making sure that your other elbow is underneath the shoulder. Lots of space between the ear and the shoulder, so there is a little activation here. We're not just sort of hanging out in our shoulder. We're going to take that big stretch up and over, picking up in the ribs as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, push off that hand. Slowly, steady, holding on to the ankles, stretching away. Or the shin or the ankles, whatever feels best. Let's go for two more. Take a breath in. Big stretch up and over. Find that sort of banana shape through your body. Slight push of the floor away. And then breathing out, coming back over. Nice and steady. And once more. Breathing in. Fantastic. Breathing out. And we'll hold it here for a moment, just enjoying that stretch. And then you're going to come through onto your hands and onto your knees. I'm actually going to be on a bit of an angle so you can see what we're doing with this. So we're going to come into a simple child's pose. So you're going to take your hands forward. And once your hands are forward and you're feeling pretty relaxed here, you're going to slowly just walk your hands as far across to the left as you can. So keep your hips still. You don't let your hips move around with this. Just come across to the left as far as possible. Once you're there, if you want to take it a step further, you can pop your right hand on top of your left wrist. That's not necessarily going to change the stretch in the lower back. It's going to focus a little bit more into sort of the upper back and the shoulder, but why not? So if you want to, hand on top. If not, just staying here, creating a little bit of a lateral stretch. And then come across to the right hand side, same deal, walking the hands across. If you want to, you can put your left hand on top of your right wrist, but really going to make a huge difference to the lower back. Okay, and then coming back to the middle, taking your hands a little bit further forward, and we will leave it there for today. Feel free to stay here as long as you want, and I will see you tomorrow.